What's good, YouTube land? It's time for my long-awaited review of the Build Driver. Here it is. I've been putting off buying this for such a long time because, you know, it's one of those standard Kamen Rider belts where it contains very little in the box and kind of need the other stuff to get the most play value out of it. And now it's here. Now I have to talk about it. So included is the Build Driver itself and Build's base form, Rabbit Tank. Yeah, nice shot of Build in the background. DX Build Driver, I assume, Bandai logos, all that stuff. Rabbit full bottle, Tank full bottle. On the top, lever, gear, full bottle. Picture of Build. On the top, just on the flap, just some product shots and things, and shaking the full balls and twisting the caps. And are you ready? You're damn right I'm ready. Ready go for the attack and a different form of Build that I actually have that I can show you. Damn it, I will have to give me a sec. And on the bottom, you got a nice shot of the driver and Build set. So I'm gonna get it open and put some batteries in it, because that's the only thing stopping me from fully playing with it while I was in Toronto was batteries. So I'll be right back. So here's everything open up and have it packaging before we get to the Build Driver. For a second, here are the belts. It's the same belt we saw with the Splash Driver, just black and yellow. And the clip, exact same. Up to the side. Here's the Build Driver properly. It's a pretty nice piece in my opinion. It looks really cool. Kind of gives me the air of like the Double Driver, like the man-made kind of lots of exposed wires, lots of like not finished work, you know, that kind of aesthetic. But it does have the crank, which is cool, which moves this and spins these gears. You've got silver wiring. You got the Build logo right there, some nice red paint on there. This thing, which is never explained what the bits are. You've got the two readers right here, because it does read two sets of rails. And the inside, if you can see that, probably can't, but it's basically a little pin going up and down. These three little notches. This thing, which we will come back to soon for a video, but it's just it's a holder and some wiring. On the back, you have a lot of mold-in detail, stripes and gears and whatnot. Unfortunately, it's not painted, but kind of echoes the front and the stuff that's happening. The battery compartment is right here. It takes 3 AAA batteries. If I turn it on, the speaker is right up here. Surprisingly, you don't actually get Build Driver, but the Splash Driver actually tells you it's like blah blah blah. Let's look at the light show. It's a clear light, but it looks cool on the bottom. It feels solid. The crank mechanism is fun, but that's pretty much it. We have to take a look at the Rabbit and Tank food bottles, because these are the ones that comprise Build's base form. The Rabbit, you can kind of see its shape like a rabbit. It's hard to see. It has eyes right there and ears. Obviously the cap is red and it says Rabbit Tank. You can shake it and the cap spins, and there's the code right there on each of them. And here's Tank. You can kind of see, it's a square bottle, but you can kind of see the body of the tank and the turret, and the deep blue cap looks delicious. If this were full of like some drinkable liquid, what would this be? I don't know. There are many things in nature that are blue. But anyway, let's get to the first transformation, Rabbit Tank. So, Henshin! And then twist this. I really think that's a cool effect, the spinning with the light switching back and forth. Like, this is fun, just looking at that. So, we also have an attack which we can do, spin the lever again. If you spin it enough, it will, just eventually go into the noises. Like, it's not an infinite spin on this. It does have a stopping point after a certain amount of spins. So you have your Voltec finish. And that's basically everything the driver does, right out of the box. It's very limited, but it is what you expect with a Kamen Rider belt in this day and age. It's all about the gimmick, all about buying as much as you can. Now, speaking of which, since I have you, let's take a look at the full bottle holder. Here's the packaging. It's a picture of build, and the bottle comes with the Sojiki full bottle, or the vacuum, basically. On the side, you got him using it. On the top, you don't got much. You got another shot of it right there. It can hold 3 full bottles, and just sad Pac-Man. He's so sad. Here it is. It's very simple. It's very much every other Kamen Rider belt holder piece, just a solid piece of plastic with no lights and sounds and a little bit of silver paint on it. That basically attaches to the belt, it clips over, and allows you to hold 3 bottles like that. Let me see. Yes, it is. They do go on like that. So, let's put 3 bottles on them. Somehow all 3 are blue. So the bottle it comes with is the Sojiki full bottle. Now if I had the Lion, I believe, full bottle, I could make a best match. But unfortunately I don't. So we'll have to do with the generic non-best match. That's a green light, okay. So unfortunately, you don't get a transformation call for him for anything that's not a best match. But you do get a slightly different attack. You get a Voltec attack. So taking these out, that would be it for that. But since I have you, let's take a look at every other individual full bottle that I have in my collection right now. I have the Watch, Gorilla, Turtle, Tora, which is Tiger, I'm pretty sure, and UFO. Now let's do some full best matches. Now the one on the box is Gorilla Diamond, so let's do that. Build up. Yay. Just to show you, all the Voltec finishes are exactly the same. So that's Gorilla Mond. Let's do Turtle Watch. From one of the, I believe it's a Gambarizing only form that didn't appear in the show. But here's a look at the turtle. Nice green paint, picking out the turtle. They're the clear bottle style. And you got the watch, which is black for some reason. Oh, and Gorilla is the brown, kind of looks like coffee, but you can see an angry gorilla face. And Diamond, it's a diamond. I didn't even realize that Sojiki was actually metallic green, or like some kind of teal-ish. Tatu! And that's a white light, because I guess they don't have a black light in this. That would be awful. And Voltec tap. Voltec finish. And last but not least, Tora UFO. What was hilarious was on Mandarake, where I bought this, the set said like YouTube full bottle, and I was like, I'm having that. But here's the Tora, very nicely yellow painted tiger face, very clear the detail. And the funny thing about the UFO is it's pink, which is awesome. But it's also got a little person down there, and it's kind of like the tractor beam, even though it doesn't really work when you fold the ball upside down. Just to show you. Doesn't matter which order you insert the bottles. I like how the light's almost pink, but purple. Yeah. And that's everything for the build driver for today. Is it worth it? That's hard for me to say. It's all up to whether or not you like the toy for the way it looks and for the sound it makes. My biggest disappointment is that the full bottles don't have lights and sounds, or at least sounds. Like, I wish they were more like the Lockseeds, because the Lockseeds had sounds, and the Sengoku driver has sounds, and they pair together really well, which made it so much fun to collect the Lockseeds. The full bottles, I'm not really obsessed with collecting them. Like, I have ones that I saw that I liked. I might throw in some in like an order once in a while, because they're kind of cheap on Monderocket at like 600 yen, which is like, makes sense to me, I guess. Like $8 in like some currency, it's around $8. But they're just a little bit lacking to me, at least the full bottles. Like, the shaking is fun. And like some of the DX ones that I've picked up from Fan Expo are much more fun than these, because they have lights and sounds. Because this is all just imagination, like picturing myself doing, like, playing with like this. With ones with sound, it's easier to imagine because you can hear the sound and you can, I don't know, it's easier to recreate my thoughts from, like, watching the show. I don't know. But it's not a bad toy. Like, it has tons of lights and sounds, like, it reads everything. There are at least 60 full balls to collect. There's stuff you can... It's all about the collectible gimmick, and this time the collectible gimmick unfortunately didn't pan out as well as I would have hoped. Here's praying that the ride watches and the Jikyun driver do a much better job. But it's not bad. It's fun in its own way. The crank is fun. But then again, it's all down to your personal taste. But if you don't like the lack of lights and sounds from these toys, then maybe this isn't for you. But for me, I can't think of a pun, so I'll just say it was worth it. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Until next time, keep it weird.